Hi everyone, Blame It On Ryan here, and in today's video, we're going to supercharge the remote play experience on handheld PCs. PlayStation Remote Play and handheld PCs have genuinely changed the way that I game, as more of my gaming these days is done via remote play. One of my favorite devices to remote play on is the Lenovo Legion Go because of its expansive 8.8-inch display and the ability to utilize third-party apps to enhance the experience. So what we're looking at today is two different third-party apps that provide the highest quality remote play feed while also boosting frame rates and image resolution. Please note that both of the apps that we're using today are paid apps, but if you want, you can also use the standard PlayStation Remote Play app for Windows as well, and that'll cut your costs down just a little bit. So the first app that we're going to need is called PXPlay, and you can download it via the GitHub link in the description. Once you're here, scroll down and click the Releases page, and it will open up a download page where you can scroll down and find the Windows version. Once you have your PXPlay app installed and linked to your PS5, head on over to the Steam store and grab an app called Lossless Scaling. At last check, this had a modest asking price of just $6.99. Now that we have both apps installed, let's take a look at the Lossless Scaling app. It's pretty robust in its features for the price, but we're only going to look at just a couple of the settings here. The first option is going to be for the frame interpolation. We're going to be using the latest version and setting it to 2x. I've also set the upscaler here to use FSR, but you can select whichever option that you prefer. With these options selected, the 1080p 60 frame remote play feed is now going to get upscaled to the full 1600p of the display, and our frames are going to now be doubled to 120 frames per second. Before we click the scale button, let's jump over to our remote play session and get that going. PXPlay offers a ton of great options and features, but for now we just want to make sure we have it set to 1080p and 60 frames per second. I also have my bitrate set to the maximum, 100,000, but depending on your network, you may need to choose a lower value or even just set it to auto. The first game we're going to look at today is a little bit of an older title that I've been playing recently. It's called Dying Light. You may be familiar. Now before we start playing, let's jump back into lossless scaling and go ahead and hit that scale button. It's going to give us a 5-second countdown to reopen the PXPlay app so it knows which window to apply the settings to. This is a first-person action game that utilizes parkour very heavily, so it really shines when you can get that smoother image and double the frames. The next game we're going to look at here, Death Stranding 2. It's already one of the best looking games on PlayStation 5. It looks really great in PS Remote Play at 60 frames, but gets taken to the next level when we upscale it to 1600p and double that frame rate up to 120.
Okay.
The final game we're going to look at here, Bloodborne, famously stuck at 30 frames on PS4 forever, and it's never going to get an update, seems like. And we now have an easy way that you can double or even quadruple the frame rate here. Now, since we know that this game runs natively at 30 frames per second, what we're going to do is go back into our PXPlay settings and drop our frame rate and set it to 30 frames. What this is going to do, it's going to allow us to double the frame rate up to 60, or if we really want to get crazy with it, we can use the 4x option to quadruple the frames all the way up to 120. Now, as we jump into the gameplay here, I am not a Souls bro, so we are not getting into the combat, but I will just walk around the world so you can see it in action here. All right, here it is running at its native 30 frames a second. Let's jump over into lossless scaling and kick that up to 2x, which is going to double us up to 60 frames. All right, so you see it running pretty smooth here at 60 frames. Why not get crazy with it? Let's go 4x, 120 frames. Well, everyone, that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments below if this is something you are aware of or if you're going to try out in the future. Also, please like and subscribe to the video if you like today's content. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.